There? Cool. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? Sorry, I had to fix the mic. Oh, good. Okay. Fantastic. Well, that's not going to work. All right. Okay. Hello, Throg. And Kat, hello. Happy to have you here. And Pam, happy to have you here because I didn't realize my mic was working and I was sitting here talking to myself. Thank you. I got a new cord for my microphone so that instead of running in front of all my craft supplies and me having to organize around it, I could run around behind. It was just an extender, but apparently that doesn't work. Although I don't know why it was working before, but it's not working now. But it was never working perfectly. So, hey, Amanda's here. Hi, Amanda. And Kelsey, hello. It's good to have you guys here. Thank you. I was gonna do my my sketch for my 100-day project because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, it probably looked like I was sitting here scrolling through my phone, right? I was sitting here talking and being like, oh, hey, this is going to work. Is this not going to work? Oh, now there's a whole bunch of faces. Look at this person. K3N, Closed Tails. Now, see, I don't think this is going to work because usually on the computer, it stays on the thumbnail. But now, of course, it's not going to. So we might have to find out a different way to do this. Hey, there's Kelsey's channel. Spend some time with your father, Kelsey. I'm glad you came. Okay. We are looking for we're supposed to choose the first one. I usually skip Philip DeFranco because he's usually over here trying to tell us about the news. That is because IT guy puts that in there. You could do this guy because he likes to listen to this guy talk to scammers, which, and then that's his too. And I have passed. Oh, Masterboard Madness. I have not watched Masterboard Madness yet for today. Oh, it's Vicky W.O. Sullivan. I'm going to watch that after this. Okay. I am so glad you guys are here. So, as I was saying, I am looking for a face. Here we go. I have no idea who this person is. Pint Art Official. Okay. This is the first YouTube creator who's like, well, I don't know if she's a small creator because this sounds like Pint Art Official. That sounds like a big channel. That's okay. First face who was not one of IT guy's faces. Although I'm going to draw some of those later. I was just sitting here thinking, so I'm doing zines, right? And so they're 8 pages each. So this is the first one. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick flip through of the drawings. we're kind of off center. Okay. There you go, is the first ones. And this is the second one. So maybe on the third one, I'll do the whole thing and choose crazy faces from IT Guys selections, because why not? But we'll finish the first 16 with just, crafty creators. Hello, Nova. Okay. So I'm going to sketch her really quick. It's supposed to take 20 minutes or less, okay? So day 10, and it should take less because we're getting good at it, right? Okay. Don't mess up my chat. Let me make sure that I'm on live chat. Okay. So in case you haven't been watching or following along, because I know Amanda's here. Amanda's my friend. We used to work together. So what I'm doing to start out is we're doing a 100-day challenge, which started February 22nd, I think. It was either the 22nd or the 23rd. And this is the 10th day. And is what it is it's a call to do something, choose something to be creative every day for 100 days. And what I'm doing is drawing a picture of a YouTube creator from their thumbnail every day for 100 days. So I'll say that I am doing this because YouTube creators have great faces. I am learning to draw better faces and just be better and faster and more proficient about it, and kind of break, I guess, this feeling that I get sometimes where it's like, oh no, I would really like to do a painting of a whimsical girl, but wouldn't it be kind of tragic if I had to draw a face to start? So I want this to be kind of like a fast and easy thing that I can do. That's kind of what I'm thinking. This is not the best face for me to show you this. So I just kind of scroll through and I find the first, I'm looking for something where it's actually the creator themselves in their thumbnail as well. And not just a face. And part of the reason I chose this is because Mr. Beast, like, the premier YouTuber, came out a couple years ago or something and said that, like, this is the best thumbnail, is to have like a YouTuber with a picture who's doing a very expressive face, and then have some like that's the best thumbnail, and then you put on there like 5 ways to lose your mind or something very exciting is supposed to bring you, and then like have this person doing a big expression or something. Yes. So that's kind of why I chose this. So I'm going to start now. So I'm going to write the time is 7:18 because I kind of want to like keep track of how long these take. It doesn't really matter. And I think some of them, I've been in live chats with people while I'm doing it. So some of them have actually just taken longer because they have. So to draw a face, I'm just going to show you quickly, is you draw an oval. And this is kind of like what I've learned in, I don't know, I took an art class way, way back when I was like a freshman in high school. And They taught us how to draw a face. So you start out by making an oval, and I just usually make a top and a bottom and a side and a side. And this is to get your proportions kind of in the right thing. Get your proportions right. So you get the nose in the right place and you get the like mouth in the right place. And there's some guidelines for doing this. And then you're going to divide it in half across the middle and half up and down, right? Now her head is kind of turned to the side, so we're going to have to kind of fix with this. I hope your dad is okay too. Clickbait style. Exactly. Exactly. But it makes for some great faces for learning to sketch expressions. Although the ones that I've been picking haven't really been the ones that are like that do this very efficiently. Well, I think I'm going to take one of my 8-page zines and just choose like wild expressions, right? I have that option. Probably after this one. We'll switch it up a little bit. Okay, so you've got this, and I can zoom in on this a little bit so you guys can see. How's that? Maybe. Somebody took away my mouse. All I can do is the mouse for the chat. It's not very clear. Okay. Nova's helping. See, this is where all my minutes go. We'd be done already. Okay. And this would all be good and fine, except for her head is kind of turned. So, is what you want to do is from here, you can divide this again into thirds in the bottom half of the face. And this will give you kind of where you put the mouth and where the nose is. I think this is actually going to go lower. Nose. And then right on this line, I know this seems it always seems really low to me, but the eyes rest right on this line. And so what you can do is divide it into sections like that. For a realistic face, if you go divide this into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even spaces. No, we wanted to move it that way a little bit. That'll give you where your eye goes, and then your nose goes. It must come in line with the eye. When you drop this line down, you can draw the edge of the nose there. And then you can put the mouth here. And I'm not really looking at the reference right now. And there you go. And then the ears kind of line up with the eye. And they come down to the bottom of the nose. All right. And she's got one really small ear, and now she's got one very large ear. There you go. You just drew a person. Right? Hi, Debbie Ups. Okay. So that'll give you your proportions. And then the mouth comes from the middle of the eye. You can draw it out here. Okay? Easy. Let's actually draw this person, which is going to be more complicated because look, her chin is kind of like, you guys can't see because her light's there. Now we're going to have to mess around with this. She's still got the same proportions on her face, but it is... Sorry, I'm trying to prop this up on a ink dauber so that you can see. Now she's got her head turned. And she's kind of like, her head's kind of actually tilted up. It's good to see you, Debbie. I was going to show the paper that I got from you earlier this week, or since last Tuesday. After I'm done drawing. Okay. Sorry. I have not been coughing and now I can't stop. Okay. I'm just going to write the time in and start over. And we will sketch her at Pent Art Official because she was the first artist face that we found. And I have really, really been noticing as I've been sketching. So what I do is I kind of want to think about drawing her now. And I still start with the same oval shape that I would start with before, even though now her head is turned. Trying to make it kind of sort of even. Making this kind of a squarish oval. I feel like she has kind of a squarish face. We'll see if that helps us. Or if it gets me into more trouble later than, I'm willing to admit to. Haha, probably. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this and I'm going to see where her nose is and kind of try and place my line that comes down, splitting this down the middle. I'm going to kind of put that in like that because she's got her head turned. And then I will make another line around the middle of this, coming across like that. There we go. Hey, all right. Now you can kind of fix your oval a little bit. As I was saying, she does have a really square face. Are you serious? You're going to do that to me? I was in the middle of drawing that. I should take a screenshot of this and make my life easier, right? What if it's gone forever? Oh no. Okay. Are you going to let me see? Okay. Sorry, I usually use the computer, which has its benefits. Okay. And now we can just really kind of add her features to this. I think we need to adjust this line because her head's like this a little bit. So you can see her eyes are kind of exactly wrong for where we have this sketch going. Because really that line should be down lower and this one's going to be higher instead of the other way around. Okay. And this is what I'm saying. I've been doing really good at finding like full-on straight-on faces, which is what I have been. I don't know. Those are just easier. So now I'm trying to figure this out while I'm trying to show you which is fun. And then her eyebrows are really kind of hidden behind her glasses. And this might not be our best one, guys. It really sure does sound like it. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing, but he's being very loud down there. I can't imagine that he has a lot more furniture to be moving. But from up here, it always sounds like, I don't know, if he's washing the dishes, it sounds like he's just throwing them into the walls. So, I don't know. And then I go down there, and it's like he's just in there washing the dishes. Totally normal. So, I don't know what to tell you. It's very bizarre. There's probably some sci-fi explanation, like, the staircase brings you into an alternate dimension, and there's a whole different dimension going on downstairs once you get up here, and travel back and forth. I don't know how else to explain this. That is not what I would have guessed. I don't think it sounds like that. We're going to have an experiment later. We're going to record. I'm going to leave a recording going, and I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to clean the cat boxes tomorrow. And I'm going to come back up here and listen and see if it sounds the same way. Because I'm guessing it doesn't, but I mean, I could be way off. We're going to have to tweak this a lot, I think, because I have no idea what's going on with this drawing. I mean, I have some idea. Is what I'm realizing is that the head is actually in the picture tilted up slightly, but in the picture it's definitely tilted down. And this is not close enough to the edge, which I think is a problem we have a lot, is I draw the faces way too. I can solve this problem by just taking away the rest of her face over there. I think. By the end of my 100 days, I'm going to be able to do caricatures. Watch. That one kind of disappears. Can you make it bigger? No, you can't. Oh, that's too bad. Okay. Okay. I have been getting better at hair. I have enjoyed sketching these from hairstyles because I always get to the part if I'm doing just a made up face, like when they need clothing and hair, I feel like I never know what to do. So it's always nice when I can just follow somebody else's direction and be like, oh, she's going to have a short pixie cut. Makes a world of difference. didn't pay too much attention to the nose here. Let's see if we can fix a little bit of this because I think her face is definitely very square. And my picture is definitely very round. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of our guidelines. That'll help us. Hello, Di. Okay. I'm going to do some homework. At some point before I do my drawing tomorrow, I am going to actually look up again how to do faces that are turned. But basically, I mean, this is not that far off. On how to do it. I just need to practice more, which is what I'm doing. Practicing. Ooh. It's not to make the lips. Let's follow our reference. What does her face actually look like? There we go. All right. I might call this one done at this point. What time is it? 7:42. Okay, so that was like 18 minutes. Ta-da! This is Pent Art Official. I don't really know who this is. I think this is actually probably like a big channel. And this is, let's like look and see. I'm still in this. Okay. Can we go to their channel? And it's not in English. Easter Mice. Come on, phone. There we go. Don't really want to be in there. Pent Art Official. And so who this person actually is, I don't know. Artissima, and they're in the EU. Did you guys hear? This is not a small channel. They have 34,000 subscribers. Okay. And I think it's also a business. So, also probably kind of outside of the scope of what we're trying to do here. And I did a terrible job. She looks really mean, and she doesn't look that mean in the picture. So we're going to have to keep practicing. For sure. But that's okay. It was good. This was a good activity. And seeing how we can do when I'm like, under pressure and people are watching. And that's greedy. I think so. Yes, I'm doing it under pressure of people watching. And also, I'm good at straight on faces, and I'm working still on turning faces. So I did really well on P of P and M, I thought. But maybe we have to turn, maybe we can turn left but not right. We're going to blame that. We'll have to just rotate the face. All right. I have Happy Mail. And partially because my birthday is in March, and you guys aren't supposed to know that because I don't tell people that. But my birthday's in March, so I've been getting birthday cards from the Harley's birthday club, which is run by the Ginger Cat Lady. So, if you want to get birthday cards, I send birthday cards out to people on this list, and I get cards back. And this one's from Pam. Thank you, Throg. We are celebrating all month by getting lots and lots of Ginger Cat Club cards, which is really fun, and I've been sending them to lots of people. So, as a matter of fact, I will probably be making birthday cards again on Masterboard, #Masterboard Madness 2026, which is happening all month long for March. So if you want to know anything about Masterboards, now is the time to check it out. Here's from Pam and Harley. I'm going to read this because Pam sent me a snarky card. If your age was your coffee order, it would be a triple brew blend of wisdom, sarcasm, and back pain, which sounds about right. So anyway, thank you to Pam. And then I am going to show you, I was talking last week about whether I needed a Happy Meal journal or if I could just use like one of my other many journals. And I was going to start making one tonight. Mine is the 23rd. I didn't know your birthday is coming up. Are you on? You're not on the ginger cat lady's birthday list. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Exactly. Um, I'm gonna ask, hey IT guy, can you make notes for me? This is from who is this from? Sandy Peppers. Sandy Peppers. And she made this really cute card for me. Happy birthday with the little birds. Look at that. I'm going to have to keep these separated in my book so that the birds and the cats don't eat each other. You know, they don't get along. Yes. I will probably be there for your birthday, Thursday birthday, because I need to make birthday cards again. I think I'm doing Masterboard Madness, and I haven't done mine yet, but I think I'm going to do Masterboards. It could be a tag. Get on the list, Debbie. Because I mean, look at me. I never get this many birthday cards. Oh, this is from Jenny. And look at, she stamped this. My stamps never come out this good. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. And she sent me a card and a tag. Absolutely beautiful. She like jelly printed this and stenciled. And I got a tag. Okay. And from Heidi Robbins. Oh, Heidi, I have not watched her it you gotta watch out. There is the potential for things to explode out of these cards like crazy. Oh, this was from the swap last week. So I did the Harley. What is the name of that thing, Pam? So Pam's channel also has a swap every month, and last month, in honor of that famous couples day that happens in February, the theme was famous pairs or couples, and so we got peanut butter and jelly, but this looks more like ketchup and mustard, so it's kind of a little fun little play on that. Hey, yes, hello, Michelle. I'm showing Happy Mail. The next one's actually from Michelle, so and Michelle runs the swap for Pam. And this is a members only swap. But this is from Heidi Robbins. And I'm going to say Heidi makes the most beautiful journals, and she does have a channel, which I think is Heidi Robbins Level Locked. And yes, and she shows the most beautiful journals, and she just posted one, I think, yesterday, and I haven't watched it yet, but her other videos have been like spectacular. So yes, she's got this cool stamp that shows the date, and you can circle the day, the year, and yes, the day of the week and the month and the day. And then, of course, you like write in the date, the year, because, hey, that's going to change. Okay. And I also got, oh, yeah. Sorry, I haven't looked at this. I did open these. I didn't look at it for since this came last Wednesday, I think. She also sent this shaker specimen card, which is really cool with these really cool tags on this bulb pin, which is just really cool. And it's got lots of little metal accents and eyelets and and Brad's, and it's very cool. Oh yeah, no, the Harley swap. I think it's the Harley swap, and it's for members only. And yes, and Michelle also really does a fantastic job and has a very fun themes for that. So those are swaps. This is from Michelle. And this I got because I participated in the curiously altered chocolate box that she did last week and organized all of that. Oh, yes. It's a really cool stamp. Yeah. Yeah. No, she does, like, Heidi does really cool journals. She does a really cool job. I mean, look at this tag she sent. Very cool. Put that on the list. Level locked. We need a Celtic journal. Bird. Cheese. What are we putting lists on? Oh, I didn't say those things. Yeah. Look at this tag she made. Fantastic. And then Michelle, I got a award kind of prize from Michelle for doing the curiously altered Choco box that she organized last month, and she sent everybody who participated. Look at this. Look, this was the ad that she made up that had everybody's name on it. So this ran from the 1st to the 12th to the 13th. There was one on she's on the 13th again, so everybody fits. And she's like embossed me because I was the second one, so here I am. And she embossed me so I stand out. And she sent everybody one of these. And this like totally and completely amazing chocolate bar, which I just can't believe how cool this is. I got it and I was like, ooh, I got a little trophy. It does not smell. It smells like paper, which is okay because we like paper. Okay. And I got my birthday card with that. And she sent me a birthday cake stickers, which is awesome. And I'm going to put them in my journal. This is maybe like what I do on my birthday. Which card? Oh, yeah. I remember this now. I haven't looked at this in like. I'm paying attention. Hello, Tammy. Hi. I'm going through all my happy mail that I've gotten in the last week. It says, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I'm glad I got you in my box. I'm glad I got you too, Michelle. Fantastic. Okay. So there's that. And then I also got from the Harley Birthday Club from Lydia. She also stamped the back of the envelope. Cool green envelope also, by the way. And I love this idea because eventually I'm going to run out of small envelopes and I'm going to have only like legal-sized envelopes. So, hey, ideas for that. And she sent me a bookmark, and this is nice. It's like laminated, and it's got she must be a tea drinker. That's the thing we know about her now because she's got all these little like tea tabs from the tea, and they all have a little saying on it like, your actions prove your greatness. Gratitude leads to love. Okay, so I'm not going to read them all, and it's a beautiful bookmark. Thank you, Lydia. Okay. And she sent me a nice note. Okay. So that was all the Happy Mail. And then I have a Debbie Epps order. And I was going to show you all the beautiful paper I got from Debbie Epps. But first, it's also Tammy's birthday. Debbie Epps has a birthday on the 10th of March. Okay, so I was going to make a journal for friend mail, but I think I'm just going to use this one that I've already made because I like it. And there's a couple other journals that I want to make right now. So I'll fill this one first because that's what I decided just now before you guys got here. Amanda's here. We're work friends. We went to a work function, the winter banquet we went to, and there's pictures of us already in here that I just found. Hi, Amanda. I don't know if she's still here. She hasn't said anything since she said hi. And now I'm showing pictures of her on YouTube. So there you go. Also, when I was looking at this, does it say the year? No. It was a long time ago. I just found this picture of us. It's already hanging out in my friend's journal. So I'm glad you came. That was like totally unplanned. Okay. So I will put all my Happy Mails in here. That is one problem solved. I just really like this. I love these colors. And this pattern paper goes with like fabric on the cover. It's so easy. Okay. So we can do that. Fantastic. Okay. I also got, and yes, I got this from Debbie Epps in the last week because she was fast when she mailed these. Super fast. So I bought this piece of art that's hers. Ooh, we're too close. I zoomed in. Okay. This is beautiful. Print from Debbie Epps. Well, it's not actually. This is a collage from Debbie Epps on beautiful papers that are hand printed. There you go. Is that a good description of what this is? It's gorgeous. I'm going to hang this on my wall. I'm super excited. So I can have a, art from friends wall. I love it. Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I love it a lot. I have to figure out where we're going to put it. IT guy. Anyway, I need to get a frame for it first. And I got tags. I do love pancakes. I'm super jealous. I've been making buttermilk pancakes. They're really good. Anyway, so I got these tags that Debbie dyed, which are absolutely gorgeous. And then I'll just flip through all the paper because I bought a whole bunch of paper. And these are the first ones are from an orphan pack that I got. And then I just bought singles. And I really love this idea where she put like tissue paper over like papers that had ripped. This is, I think, actually, this came in the orphan pack. This may be my favorite one. I love this kind of purpley, plummy black color with this blue. So pretty. So pretty. Well, I think it's going to get beads on it because I have so many beads that need a home in my box. This one's really pretty. And I love this one. I love all of these. They're gorgeous. This is going to be like, I'm going to be showing you these. I'll be like, this is my favorite. No, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. No, this was actually my favorite. I know this is like definitely my favorite one. Okay. That's the one to beat. But these are all absolutely gorgeous. So pretty, pretty, pretty. I really love these with the like, I'm going to call them inclusions. That's what I'm going to call them. The bubbles. Right now I think I'm going to put this in like a Halloween journal. It's very green. Although I think it would be very appropriate for like St. Patrick's Day. Because I love green. Exactly. It does look like cells. Or the inside of cells under a microscope. Beautiful papers. Yummy, yummy papers. Okay. I might go ahead and put some of these because these are really close to what I'm thinking. So some of these might actually go into a journal. So I want to do, I really like Junk Journal Madness, and I've always wanted to do it. Like last year I wanted to do it, but it was just never the right thing. And I did it last year and didn't really finish my folio. I'm still working on that. So Junk Journal Madness is Susan at I Totally Love It does Junk Journal Madness. And what they do, I really love the dark ones, yes. And these ones are really cool. These ones are kind of like rust and this blue turquoise color. I think she made these for like Sarcy. Wanted these colors. And these ones are super like, they feel very different because they've got like the different layers of dye on them than these, which are like a lot smoother. The texture is like, the difference in texture is really amazing. And these are ledgers. And I love, 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 love this one. I like the blue and the gold. I really liked these like kind of yellow, buttery colored ones. And the green. With a little bit of pink in there. So pretty. So pretty. So, yes. Junk Journal Madness. So I'm making a journal for Junk Journal Madness this month, and I've already decided that I'm just going to go way overboard on what is actually necessary for this. That's okay. That's okay, because the theme is, so Susan chooses every month. She has a co-host, or she chooses, and they choose 4 to 6 themes for the journal, and then she spins a die, rolls the wheel and chooses it at random from those 4 to 6. And I'm trying to think. I should have made notes. Did I make notes? No. Susan, I think. I don't remember who her co-host was. Anyway, she picked spring and tea party, and some other things. But what the theme is for March is Easter. And so I was thinking, what do I want to do with Easter? And I kind of came up with this whole idea of doing a journal based on, I didn't want to do a traditional, bunnies and eggs kind of journal. So I'm going to do eggs, but I was looking at, this one's really, really pretty too. In Romania, I found this thing where they were dyeing eggs. They dye eggs using natural dyes like onion skins, and they do basically eco prints on them because they get flowers or leaves and kind of tie to the egg. They use like pantyhose or a piece of cheesecloth to like attach the leaves that are laying on the eggs to the eggs, and then they boil them in an onion skin bath. So you get these beautiful, beautiful, like dark brown eggs, and you take them off and they have these beautiful like flower and leaf patterns on them. It's very, very cool. Yes. They are leathery and it's very cool. And these stenciled ones, I mean, they're all like super, super amazing papers. And so for the Easter egg one, I have my commonplace notebook out. I was making notes on all of these cool patterns that they do from like decorating eggs in like the Ukraine. And so I think that's what I want to do. I want to make an Easter egg journal that talks about kind of my Romanian history, because my dad's family is all from like kind of the middle of Romania. And then I want to use some of these patterns and borrow them from Ukraine and do some like artwork and cover some eggs. I think that will be really, really cool, but do it with like natural dye colors so that they're like brown and kind of black, but kind of, and maybe indigo and mustard color. I will have to check that out because I need to definitely get some more doubles. Because I think this would be cool to make a big journal. Uh-huh. All the people I know from Romania are like wonderful people, Michelle. But maybe that's not true of you. My dad's family is all from like Romania, Transylvania. It's very, very cool. And also they do fabulous eggs. I'm super excited about this project. It's probably way more than I can do in a month. But hey, I'm going to do it anyway because that's what I'm going to do. And then, so that's that. If you want some Debbie Epps paper, I know. I've talked to Tender about it. I threatened to come visit her so she can show me around the place. You might be like long lost cousins too. You never know. I did. That's where most of my notes came from because so they do egg dyeing in that's the Pasansky, which I'm probably grossly mispronouncing, is like what they do in the Ukraine, and that's where all of my notes came from because when I was looking for it, that is actually where I don't know. I liked how organized it was, right? Where they were talking about like you have ladder shape, and that's like kind of symbolizes connecting heaven and earth and an ascension. And they put eternity bands around it. Exactly, Di. That's exactly what I'm thinking is like these henna dyed eggs. And so I'm going to blend a lot of this stuff together. So, like in Romania, they also do very similar kind of like patterning and different things, but I couldn't find anything when I was looking that was really tying the symbolism to what it meant. I saw a lot of things that were just kind of like, oh, come and look at this. And there's like an artist who has in Romania, there's this one region, and there's an egg artist, and she opened a museum that has eggs from like really all over the world that different people have done. And there's eggs from like France, and there's eggs from Ukraine, and eggs from Romania. But most of these notes are taken from the Pasansky symbols, just because I found a really organized thing that was like, this is what this symbol means. But I also kind of, from what I was looking at, that I think in each region has its own very specific styles, and the symbolism might change, but I think that there's also a lot of like differences between like what one artisan does versus another one. Well, you know Thunder. So yes. Pretty awesome, isn't it? I think you also know somebody from South Africa. If you know Lana. Small world, isn't it? Anyway, I'm super excited. I'm going to use some of Debbie Epps' papers in there because it'll be fun. So if you're interested in doing an Easter journal, now's your chance. I'm going to do mine weird because it's going to be red and black and blue and yellow, but kind of like in earth tones, not in like Easter tones, or we'll see. It's going to be fun. I have cool ideas for it. But you're not going to see it and be like, oh yeah, that's definitely an Easter journal. No. Okay. So I'm excited to start that. I will. Di is on live next time tomorrow. Tomorrow around this time, earlier than this, about an hour earlier than I start, right? Which I was going to come and watch Di tomorrow night, so I'll have to remember to ask her about carving emu eggs. That sounds like a great time to start my Easter egg journal. Okay, perfect. It's a date. Okay. I think that's about all of the show and tell that I have. Yeah, I know. I didn't want to do a cute bunny journal or something. And I think it's going to have a lot of like really cool symbolism and things like that in it, and patterns, which I really like. So, um, we'll see how we can get it all to come together. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I got last week all these books, and I'm going to cut them up right now before your very eyes. So if you're squeamish about that, look away. I figure most of you are probably fine. I got these at the library, and they were on the clearance rack for $1. This one somebody is written on. This might be a good place to start. This got really cool beveled edges. So there we go. I might leave some of these to make altered books because I already have 2 altered books that I started and have done nothing with except for tear out pages and well, like I was saying, I mean, I really liked those kind of butterscotchy yellow ones. Because I mean, just having lighter neutral things are nice to work on too. So people might be looking for Easter, but also you just make nice backgrounds for other things if they're not too saturated. I swear, I mean, I got this one because it was like already, it got wet and it's already kind of crunchy. So I figured we wouldn't feel too bad about taking its pages out of it and using it for something else. It's also already nice. And like, this blue paper must have run a lot when it got wet because like the whole top of the book turned blue. So right now the question is, if we're going to make an altered book out of like a couple of these, which ones should we use for an altered book versus ones that we should just take apart? Get rid of these book jackets. Well, that's good. What kind of books did we buy? I like this one for book pages because it has an index and it has these endnotes, which I think make for interesting book pages that aren't just regular text. Okay, that one will definitely put in the gutting pile. Hello, Denise. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. This is kind of a cool size. That one we can probably just gut. Although it could be a good size for. I also like this. This is Stories by Irish Women. I forgot what Pam said about the length of the book that we want. I think these are probably all. For an altered book, you want one that's got signatures, and I'm sure this probably does. They're not that easy to get to. Let's look at these this way. I've been getting all of these so I've been getting all of these in my feed from Hickory Oak Arts, I think. And once I clicked on the first one, of course, I got a whole bunch more. I didn't go looking for this, but it's ideas for altered books. And because I'm easily distracted, and because I just got books, I was thinking it would be cool to do an altered book and add that to the pile of journals that I'm making. I already have 2 that I started and haven't done anything with. I kind of like this one to do an altered book. But since I just went to the library and got like this stack of books, I also know that I can go back over there really anytime I want and get more. And the library is like literally basically across the street from my house. So hey. I wonder if I should read this one first. Maybe. This was like the book last time that I was going to make into altered books, but I didn't like it because it was hard to find the centers of the signatures. I don't think it's folded there. Ooh, that's awesome. I love that. So these are people you know, Pam, that and so it's better because you know them, but you don't have to actually hang out with them anymore all day. Now I kind of want to hear the tea. I like distance in my dramas.
Sister Nightly Nighty Journal, it's 8.
Why are you doing that? See, I don't think this one's going to work for a altered journal because I can't necessarily get the pages to come out the way that I want them to. So I might just take this and use the cover. How does that sound? Ah. Oh no. Are you going to go join them? Join the cause? Goodbye, Di. Good luck with the public, people. You've got this. You can do it. That's good. Go get the teacher some more money. It's very rude. You should allow the teachers to strike. So do they get compensated fairly? Oh. That seems a little skewed. I can see why they might be upset about that. I'm kind of upset about that. Excellent. I want to make more than the superintendent of the governor of California. That seems like pretty decent pay. So the other thing is I invited my sister to come. My sister is going to be a grandma. She is super excited. So I was thinking about making a baby book from this kit from Be Happy Stationery because I think these are adorable. I think they make a fantastic baby book. And this might become the cover. They're so adorable. you know? I've actually done the math, and if I could make $250,000 for the next 10 years annually, then I could resign too. That would be fantastic. And no doubt, I'm sure. Anyway, yes, these papers are absolutely beautiful. And I think they would make a really great baby book. And so that's why I was asking for baby book. I just need kind of like the pages. I could make them. I'll have to see if Ashley can send me something because I couldn't open the files that she sent last night and put in the Discord. So, or I'll look and find something. Or I'll make something. That will be fine. But these are adorable. And I think that they'll make an awesome baby book. And I probably should. I've been laughing at my sister because she's not ready to be a grandma. And that's mainly what I've been doing is laughing at her. So, I now have to be good and make up for it. So I think a baby book should be fine. Should be fine. Once upon a time, there was a tiny princess who was born. To the king and queen of Idaho. Okay. So we might have a cover for that. Wouldn't that be cool? Those are my big plans for March. I'm going to make 2 journals. One of them is going to be a super artistic egg book, and the other one's going to be a baby book. And okay. And then I'm going to do something to use up a lot of book pages because I have somehow inherited a ton of book pages. And I already had a bunch. We'll save that one for now. I am also just using these pages as measuring tool so I don't have to actually measure. This is a little bit taller book. And I think that might actually make it cool to use as an altered book. Because then I don't have to do anything weird. And what I usually do if I have a book cover this size is I cut the pages down. It's like 9 by 6. So I cut 12 by 12 cardstock down and use that as pages. Gosh, Michelle, what if there was an upcoming swap where you could use some book pages and swap cool creations with crafty friends? Gee, but wait, there is. So, as I was showing you earlier, we had the I just showed Heidi's swap that I got last week for the Harley swap, right? And this month in March, the swap is to do a make that's flat and small and will fit inside an envelope. Yes. And if you make, you can make one and swap with one person. You can make 7 and swap with 7 people like I did last month. Yes. And that is a members swap as part of the Ginger Cat Lady Club. You should come over. I'm a member. It's fun. Lots of crafty friends. But also, you can definitely also hang out with Pam and the Ginger Cat Lady and not be a member. And there's still lots of cool activities and things to follow. Right now, Pam's doing the 100-day challenge, which I did my drawing at the beginning of my live. And yeah. Hey, Heidi. We were just talking about your swap that I got and opened earlier because we were talking about the swap this month. So, see, you talk about people and they show up. See, this is what I got from the swap last time from Heidi. Very cool. She does the swap. Michelle does the swap. Pam does the swap. Book pages. Coming up. Do something creative and send them to your crafty friends and get swap items in return. Oh, yes. I think, though, as I was saying, is this book is definitely destined to become an altered book. What is this talking about? Because, look at this. I can find the centers. This is what I look for because I'm kind of lazy. First of all, I like this size because it's kind of an odd size and I'd have to actually work to make pages fit in here, right? And look, you can see the stitching already because in that other book, I couldn't find the stitching. But this one's nice and easy. And it's already got cool crinkly pages because it got wet. I'm not paying too much attention about what this book is about. I'm looking to see at this point. So maybe this one I don't want to cut all the pages out of, is what I'm thinking. Because this might be the one. Oops, I tore that, which is not what I wanted to do. I'm looking for the middle of this signature, actually. Well, I found the middle. I'm looking for the end of it to see how many pages are actually in here. So I could maybe start taking pages out. But this would be easy to find and take pages out of because I can find the middle of the signatures. So this, I think, is the best choice for making an altered book out of this. And as I was saying, I've been watching I think Hickory Oak Arts has started to pop up in my feed. And then I started watching these, and she's got a whole series on making altered books and ideas for altered books. And I put it into my to-do folder playlist that I keep. So maybe at some point I'll have to just pick a day of the week where I like watch things. This has really long signatures. Anyway, sorry. Where I just watch a video of things in my to-do list and do the things in there. And I'm picking things that are like, oh, this is, my big book of ideas from Seven Plaza, and she's doing things for her idea book, or things like making an altered book. Oh, she has like great ideas. Fantastic. Oh yes, there's Heidi Robbins. There's her channel, and she has that Celtic journal out. Definitely recommend watching. Oh, and Tammy. I've been watching Tammy does great videos too while I'm here promoting everybody. She's doing the 100-day challenge, and I have been watching her 100-day challenge, and she made up her own box of 100 prompts for that, and she does really nice videos too. So head over and watch Tammy's Paper Nest as well, and I like to watch her videos while I'm doing my 100-day swap or my 100-day challenge. Yes, and then Heidi has a gorgeous Celtic journal that she does a flip through. She does amazing work. So, yes. I watch a lot of YouTube because there's just so many fantastic ideas. Anyway, I wanted to count the number of pages in these signatures, and I think that this is one. So that I know what is going on. Okay, 1, 9. I think that is 9. I think it's 8. I think that is actually, yeah, it's 8. Okay. I'm going to put that there. Might be getting slightly too long to be an altered book, but hey, that's fine. We're going to do it anyway. Okay. You're welcome, Heidi. Thank you for making beautiful journals and sharing them with us. Now, can I find the next one? No. Patience, patience, patience. Okay. The other thing I need to finish is, that's really weird. That goes okay. I'm just looking for the middle of these and the end. And while I'm sitting here deciding if I want to make this into an altered book or not, I might as well, right? Okay. Mark these. See if I can find paper clips. Ooh, I found my scissors that have been missing. Who'd have thought that they would be in the bucket where they belong? Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought that, honestly. Surprises me. As a matter of fact, I just said I thought they were lost. Okay. Craft blanch. And I didn't even hit the cord that the mic is connected to. We actually missed it. Okay. The question is what fell over here? And how? Okay. Don't worry. It's fine. Are you guys okay? I'm fine. I did not fall. Like my cards that I have a container for, like my credit cards that I used to scrape paint. My paint scrapers fell. But then something over on the other side of the room also fell. And that, I have no idea how that happened because I didn't touch anything over there. So, oh, I probably scared the cat and the cat got startled and knocked stuff up for her. That must have been what happened. Sorry, Grim. And I'm going to clean all that up later. Everything is all right. All because I needed a paper clip. I'm in the middle of reorganizing stuff, and so everything is, of course, super disorganized now. And that's how those things happen. Yes. The last time that I dropped stuff over off of that bookcase on accident while I was live, which had happened, it actually fell on the cord that connects the microphone, so it unplugged the microphone at the same time, so nobody knew, which was kind of awesome. And I was kind of hoping that happened this time, but it didn't. So, you know, sometimes you get a break, and sometimes you don't. It doesn't happen that often. Thank you. I'm adding it to my resume. Stays calm during utter chaos and during disasters and craft avalanches. Although it was like really, I mean, my biggest fear was like that we were completely and utterly haunted because of the falling that happened that was completely unrelated, and I had to stop and figure that out. Because I was pretty sure that it must have been a ghost until I decided it was probably a cat. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Exactly. I guess, I mean, like, if I hadn't been recording, I probably would have screamed or something. But, you know, I have to stay calm because I have an audience. Pretty sure there's a name for that, and I think it's called masking. Acting. There's this weird one. Okay. Leave it alone. Oh my gosh. I keep hearing you talk about when you fell out of your chair. And I missed that, and I think I missed it by not that much. Is there a blooper reel, Pam? That could be a collaboration. It could be just like bloopers. Where everybody sends all of the things that have, I guess, happened to them on lives. The great compilation. Mary had a craft lunch the other day on her live. Has Skella recovered? Because that whole falling out of your chair was like... I bought 5 books for $1 each, and I am deciding whether I'm making them into altered books or if I'm going to get them and use them for the covers. And so this one I have decided can be an altered book because I like the size and the crinkly pages. Well, she probably decided that she needs to train you. Because, you know, that's what cats do. And that you just need more work and more training. So for this book, I'm going to make this into an altered book. And what I'm doing is I'm just going through and finding the centers of all of the signatures in here. So the book is made with signatures that are printed together and then folded in half to make a signature. And I am finding the center of each one so that I can remove some of the pages. And that was also part of the reason why I chose this book, was because you can find the centers of these signatures and see where they're like sewn in with this thread, which you can probably, it's kind of hard to see, but there you go. So you can easily remove like these center signatures by just pulling them out gently, which I'm not going to pull this one out right now because I'm not really ready to. I'm just kind of marking all the signatures. And then I have these other books, like this one, where I just cut out the text block and I can use these book pages. Although these are really nice. And I'll use the cover, and I picked this cover for that because this is like 8.5 by 11 inch paper that I've printed. But this is really nice because I can put pages back into this book and they'll fit very nicely. And I'm going to make this into a baby book for my nephew who's having his first baby. Inked Hope is Cheryl. And she has a cool channel as well. And does cool paper piecing projects and fun things. Very creative and talented. Okay. I'm going to make yet another altered book. I might make 3. I'm going to make 1. I'm going to start by making 1. But I was also just saying that I'm going to make 2 other different journals in March. So we'll see. Yes and no. So I got some stickers. IT guy bought me some stickers this weekend that had googly eyes, and I put one of them in my Scabby journal. Does that count? I'm only halfway done with my Scabby journal, and I need to finish it. I decided to pace myself, and then I put it away for all of February and didn't touch it. And I got excited about other things. Are you done with yours? Who's done with their Scabby journal? Tammy's done. Okay. Okay, you have a plan. I lost my plan. Pam, I think. Yes, Pam kind of wandered off and got. At least you have a schedule. I see that it was on your schedule. Did I see that it was on your schedule? I was super excited about it because I was thinking about doing like a whole storyline about the conspiracy theory about the candy and how the candy was changing over the and have it be a kind of like a whole in time thing over the first part of the month and all of that. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Hello, Evie. Thank you for coming and joining us. I was on Evie's live the other day and met her and her whole crew of people. Which was super fun. And she was just doing a chat and hanging out and waiting to get to 1,000 subscribers, which she just recently did. So congratulations, Evie. And she is learning to watercolor. Hello. We're all just kind of hanging out. I'm starting an altered book tonight. The ginger cat lady is Pam. Pam has a channel and she does pretty much overnight lives. So if you are ever up in the middle of the night and you would like to hang out with Pam, she has a fabulous community of people. She also does lives. She's doing a thing called Craft Your Life. You might actually check out Craft Your Life. That's on Sunday nights, and I think it starts at I'm really bad at these times. I think it's at 7 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday now? It's Saturdays. Sorry. Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. And she does an interview with a crafty person on Friday, which is also, yes, I remembered that after I said it. She does craft room organization at Taming the Chaos with Curiously Michelle, who is also here, I think. Yes. And live at the Ginger Cat Ladies craft table on Friday nights, which she has a guest come on and they craft together while they're talking. Yes, that's kind of a thing I do on my own. Except for tomorrow night where I'm going to start a journal and talk to Di at the Messy Palette, who is here. Exactly. That's what we're after. Oh, let's see. I have this other book and I tear pages out of it and I've watercolored on them. And it is the most beautiful book. Oh, can I find it now? No, because every time I want it, it's gone. Let's see. Now I'm afraid to move things. Now we're afraid to move things. What are we after here? I made these stamps. Okay, I'll show you this instead. This is out of that book, but so this is like a French book and it's got this cool text block that's like big and italic. And so I did watercolor mushrooms on it. Sorry, Pam. Pam hates mushrooms. There you go. I'm trying to remember if this is watercolor now. I might have to go back and watch the video. I think it's watercolor and then I did, but it might be like the Neocolor crayons too. And then I did watercolor, colored pencil over the top. That definitely looks like it's probably watercolor though. Maybe. Now I'm very confused. There you go. Watercolor. Ta-da! Okay. But this is really cool. Wow. So I made, this was a prompt for Defemember, which is like a collaboration that's done by some really big channels like Louise Hensel, who do a lot of like junk journal stuff. I don't know how familiar you are with the like junk journaling community and stuff like that. So, but they gave out prompts and the prompt was postage stamp. And so I made the mushrooms. I think it was there were two prompts and they were chubby mushroom and postage stamp. So I made these so they would look like they're postage stamps. So that's supposed to be like 25 cents or 95 cents. And then I scanned them into the computer and I made them into sheets of stamps. For the prompt. And then I think I made them into belly bands or something. Which, if anybody wants them, I have these on my Ko-fi shop still. I really like how they came out. I think that they're really cute as little tiny postage stamps. And I also just like the art, the chubby mushrooms. The chanterelle. That one's kind of like supposed to be a real mushroom. Some of these are just kind of like things I made up. I think that's kind of like a real mushroom. Okay. But this book has really awesome pages for doing watercolor and water mediums on, because it's just really fun paper for that as far as book pages go. Thank you, Cheryl. These are books that I bought at the library for $1. So, depending on how we alter it, if we alter it enough that we can make $500 off of it, that would be very cool. These I got, I have a couple of places. So these ones I got off the clearance rack at the library. So they have a library shop there. And this one is actually, it's gotten wet. And I like that for this because the pages are kind of, you can hear them kind of crinkly and stuff. Good night, Tammy. Thank you for coming. I am excited to see what you do tomorrow. And I haven't watched your 100-day challenge yet, but I'll watch it before I go to bed. Good night. Oh, they did watercolor paper inside. Yeah, I already took out, like this one, I took the middle out of this one already. And I'm going to make this into a baby book for my nephew. Tammy's videos are actually, she's very funny. And I enjoy watching them because I'm usually laughing while I watch. This one, I'm going to take out some of the pages, but not all of the pages. That is a cool idea, though. I'll have to look and see if I can find it. So this one, I am right now just looking for the centers of the signatures. So when they make the books, they make a bunch of like smaller booklets and then sew them together. So this one I can see has the sewing here. And I'm just marking where the signatures are with paper clips, because the next thing I'll do is I'll go and remove some of the pages and I want to do it out of the middle. So I'm just marking where the signatures are. And I'll decide how many pages I want to take out of each signature. And that'll give me room to put more stuff back in while leaving some of the pages already in this book. Oh, so these I got from the library, and they were kind of books they were trying to get rid of. And so they were on sale for $1. Sometimes they have other books that they sell for more like $4 or more. But these were kind of the clearance ones. There is a used bookshop near me. It's not actually near me. I'm in Memphis, and it's they have a site out in, there's a couple of them. There's one in Knoxville and there's one in Nashville. So every time I'm out in Nashville, I always stop at this bookstore, and it's a used bookstore, and they buy books back, and books that they don't want to sell again, they'll put out in their bin out front and let people take for free. So I always go by there every time I'm out there. I have a lot of science books because I worked in a microbiology lab, and sometimes people clean out their offices and get rid of old textbooks. So I have a lot of textbooks that people were going to throw away. And so I get books from there. The dollar store is a good place to find books for this. If you're going to cut them up, because I mean, sometimes you can get really nice like hardcover books and use the cover. You don't have to worry about them being like super, valuable books. They're just mass printed books. So if you want to use them as a source of paper, you don't have to worry about it too much. Yes. That's true. I got some. Yes, where the binding is grouped. So you have those like little booklets that are like printed together and then folded together. And that is a signature. And then if you have just one set of pages, front and back, that's called a folio. I guess I can show you. So like this is a book that I made, and you can see this book has like 5 collections of paper that I've sewn back in. And so there you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so each one of these is a signature. It's cool, isn't it? And then this, of course, has a lot more pages. Actually, this book has 248 pages, I think. That's a really big book. This book has handmade book. So this one has actually a lot of pages and I made it as a journal. I don't plan on putting a lot of extra things in there. I mostly kind of plan on like writing in this. So if I did a lot of like gluing things in, I would want to, and adding things like this, then you'd probably want to have a lot less pages, because otherwise they get really, really full. So I kind of mix it up with this one because I do have some space, because it closes pretty good right now, but you can get gator mouthing where it's like so many things are glued in that the book can't close anymore. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take out a lot of these pages to allow me to add pockets and things back into this, and tags. I have always really been very interested in how books are made. I love books. I used to read a lot. But I also I like the way books feel and smell and how they're made. That's just always been really interesting to me. So that is a large part of how I got to be here. Was because a long time ago found a book about art books. And it was talking about like altered books and books that artists had made. And that was like a long time ago, probably in like the 90s. And I didn't find like junk journaling. I did scrapbooking for a long time, and I made books when I was scrapbooking. And then I eventually found junk journaling. And I was like, where have you been all of my life? Because this is like really what I was looking for. That goes right there. I think they kind of glue the signatures together right there. Okay. I guess Di left. Is Di doing Make It With Me tomorrow, or is she doing Make It, Use It, or Lose It tomorrow? Because it seems like she's just been doing Make It With Me. And I was definitely thinking about jumping on. Oh, okay. I was thinking about jumping on and doing it with you guys because it looks like fun. I'm supposed to clean. Thanks for coming and stopping in, Evie. It was good to see you. I always love to chat about books. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think it's very cool. Evie is documenting her. She's learning how to watercolor. And she does it on her channel. And she has a very cool group of friends and a really cool community, which is kind of different and outside of our own. So I had fun hanging out with them and meeting new people the other day. And I don't know where the center of this is. Well, we didn't ask her when she was on. I guess we'll have to show up and find out what Di is doing on Thursday. See, as I was saying, I set up all my days to do different things, and I said that I was going to clean on Wednesdays because the trash comes on Thursday, so it seemed like a good day to remember to, get rid of stuff. But what I'm finding is it's a good day to avoid doing what we're supposed to be doing and instead start a new journal. With Di, right? That is completely understandable, Cheryl. Thank you for coming. It has been wonderful. I could do that. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'll have to remember some other way to take out my trash, but hey, that can be assigned to other people. Or a cat. I don't know what makes you think that I need to clean. It's not like, stuff is falling on me or anything around here, right? 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 Oh my gosh. Okay. I can clean with you guys on Sunday. I should probably do Wednesday and Sunday. But also, I have a really cool idea for a journal, and that is what I'm going to do. It's going to be small. It's going to be like 30 pages of Easter eggs. I'll have to keep thinking about what we're going to do with it. But Easter eggs dyed using natural dyes. So in natural colors, but with intricate patterning as if they were like Ukrainian artisan eggs. I'm going to put in there the history of the Easter eggs in Romania and Ukraine and in all the other places, and talk about the people who made them. It's going to be fabulous. I'm excited. Okay. So we have that. All right. Michelle said something small. We have these book pages. No, I'm excited. I'm super excited about that. That's what I did, I think, all day on Sunday was I made notes and researched and tried to figure out. It must have been on Sunday. Because I think that's when Susan announced what the theme was for this journal for March. And I already tried this and it already did not work. Okay. So for the swap, right, we need something small made out of a book page. And we need to decide how many we're going to make. I think 3 is a reasonable number. I like 3. See, I tested this book before I cut it apart. And this is why we decided it was not going to be an altered book, and why was because we couldn't find the centers of the signatures, and we couldn't tear the pages out easily once we did. If I clean with you on Sundays, then then I have an open day in my naming scheme, which I haven't decided. I don't think it works that well. Because I frequently find that I'm stretching my imagination to get the thing that I need to do on Monday to match up with Mixed Media Monday, right? Although I still like the idea. Together Tuesday works because that's when my live is. So I already have a scheduled thing, so I just named Together Tuesday. I can usually schedule something that I need to do on Thursday for Thankful Thursday, which is making things for other people. That's easy. That can stay. Scrappy Saturday would be nice, except for, I don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got caught up. This is very interesting. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I think it's very interesting. I'm going to put this in my commonplace journal. Why? Because I am. Is talking about, and I've seen this in books before. It's a note on the type. It's talking about the font that they used in the book and the history of it. And it was like, it's a film version of Grand John. A type named in compliment to Robert Grandjean. Kind of like, I guess, inspired by his font. See, Garamond is a font that I have used. But see, Robert Grandjean began his career as a type cutter in 1523. The year 1523. The boldest and most original designer of his time. Okay. What do we need? We need a... Okay, I found something that I was interested in. They have bonus. They're talking about fonts. I like fonts. Okay. My plot here is to fill this commonplace book, which I already just said has 240 pages in it, this year. I've been saving it. I have been saving this up. And I just reached halfway through the first signature. So I am 1/10 the way through it in the first 2 months. So I feel like I'm a little bit behind. But that's okay. We have time to make it up. And we will fill that up this year. And then we'll make another one. And I think I'm going to use Debbie F's papers and start collecting long ones to make a book that's where's my papers? Yeah, anyway, it'll be more like notebook paper sized. Because if I get the doubles, then I can make them into signatures. And then I can use that. Except for you have to hoard this one because this is our favorite one. So we'll hoard that one. We can't use that one, but we'll get more doubles. And could probably mix in some of these. Anyway, we have a whole year to plan our commonplace journal for next year, right? Okay. And maybe I'll just buy some papers that are 17 by 11. And then I can fold in extra ones. Well, we'll see. We'll see where we get to by the end of next year. You can put that on our schedule for what we want to do. Because I'm not going to do that in March. Because I have to fill this one first. Let's be reasonable. Let's make a plan for actually finishing a book before we start picking another one. 6. I need more time. That's what I need. Thank you. No, but I really like fonts, and I've read a little bit about, like, from a design perspective, like when to use different fonts. So if you want people to, like, kind of linger on what you're writing and look at it a little bit longer, you can use a serif font. And if you want people to be able to read something and peruse it really fast and take it in quickly, then you want to use a sans serif font. And after all of this, I'm looking at this, and they wrote a whole paragraph talking about the typesetters who created this font back in France in like 1523, which is pretty amazing. But you look at it and it just looks like Bookface, right? It looks like really every other font that you've seen in a book, but it is a serif font, because usually when people are reading books, you want them to kind of slow down and relax and enjoy it. It's not an ad. Where you want to get there. Presumably they're reading the book because they want to read the book and enjoy it. You can spend a little bit more time looking at these letters, thinking how beautiful they are. These books are all super boring. They don't have any pictures. I have a whole bunch of children's books that I could have cut up. I always feel more guilty about doing children's books. More hesitant. And that's why I don't have any cool illustrations cut out to use. Just because I always feel guilty cutting up children's books. Probably because I was told not to as a child. I have to go to work early tomorrow, so I'm probably going to try to go to bed early. And then I'll go to bed early tomorrow, and then it'll be the weekend, so then I can do whatever I want. If I can make it through Wednesday, which of course I can. That's my plan. I'm going to go to bed early tonight, early to bed tomorrow, and then Thursday I can stay up and play as late as I want. Because I made it through the week. Now, back to this. Let's maybe make something. What is a very good question. Now she's going to make something. This is, so if we were going to make something for the swap or for a prompt, just in general, that's book page, that is a very broad kind of a prompt. We can do a lot of things with book page. I think I like to make envelopes out of book page. This is, once you tear this down, this is a tiny little book page. So let's see. That was wrong. Let's turn it this way. All right. I'm going to glue two of these together to make this a little bit thicker, although these are like really nice thick book pages actually. But also if you turn them, let's see. If you turn one, so one's right side up and the other one's the opposite of right side up, and glue them together, not only does it make it thicker, Pam has definitely covered this. I think this is actually where I heard this from, but you now have that is right side up, and when I fold it down like that, it is also right side up instead of upside down. I don't know if this is a good thing to send because for the swap, It's supposed to be small and flat and fit in an envelope for mailing with 1 or 2. Is it 1 or 2? I'm not really sure what the rules are. I should go back and look. And I can probably get away with 1 or 2. I usually tie these. I like to make an envelope and then tie it with a piece of twine or something. 1 ounce. Thank you, Pam. 1 stamp, 1 ounce. If I do an envelope, we still need to cover this side because it's not right side up. But anyway, what I usually do with this is I do a tab and then put a hole in it and tie a piece of string around it. But I think as long as I'm reasonable about that, I can still do that. I'm guessing. Because this is actually pretty small. And I think it will still work. I can make it a 1/4 of an inch thick. It'll be fine. An envelope in an envelope. I also then glue things on the back. I don't usually put a pocket. But is what I'm thinking is what I can do is find something that I got out of a book, so a book page, and glue a thing on here to decorate this. I think that would be awesome. Awesome thing to do. Look, it says thank you. Thank you again. This is like writing itself. Okay. Let's not get carried away. I was going to glue it shut or into an envelope shape, but I don't know if that's what I want to do. Because sometimes it's fun if you leave it so that it opens like that, because like airmail letters come like that. So it's totally fine to make an envelope and have it open. You can have writing on the inside. Journaling space in there. Or pictures. Okay. Yeah. Woohoo! Well, these things might be kind of large. That's a fun picture. I don't know if we want to use this. I have not looked at this book for a long time. I have no idea what's in here. Those are pretty colors. All right, everybody. It is 10 o'clock, and I can only assume that Juju is probably on or coming on. And so I am going to wrap this up and say goodnight. Thank you for coming. Please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you spending some time with me tonight and keeping me company while I get books. I will make a decision on what I'm doing next week. I will either work on an altered book and continue to work on it until it's done, which would be kind of a fun thing to do, or I will just work on my junk journal madness book. I haven't decided yet, but come back and see what I decide to do. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea what I should be doing, if you have opinions. But thank you so much for coming, and it was good to see you, and I'm glad you came, and I will see you all around the YouTube next time. Bye. Bye, Pam.